Hello, hello, hello. Should we do, I guess, is it PROG review? Should we do a PROG review? Does it matter? Does it matter what it's called? No, it doesn't. We just call it PROG review because it's a little peg on which to hang our hat, isn't it? Isn't it? And if you haven't read the title or description, today we're doing Player Piano by Daniel Lanois. The back cover kind of indicates what the album is because, yes, it's a bit of a play on words. Player, comma, piano. Not player piano, all one word. It's player, comma, piano. That's clever, that. I have to explain it to you. Because player piano is something, well, it's an instrument, it's a piano that's automatic, that you feed it information. Those old cards with the dots in, you see them, you know, it's turn of the century kind of stuff. And you'd wind it up and off it would go, and it was a player piano. But this is player, comma, piano. God, it's just, so this is how you know Lanois is a genius. He's a genius. But this is his first album on BMG Records. He signed a deal. I think it's a 3-record deal with BMG. Well, he's got three. He's got 3 records coming out. He said, I heard an interview. There was an interview. Trust me on this. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's got some albums coming out in quick succession. It's like a trilogy, and the first one of them is this one, Player Piano. And yeah, he's signed to BMG Records now, so they're handling everything. I think they're handling his catalogue, so I hope we'll get some nice, pristine vinyl reissues of stuff like Shine and Belladonna and things like that. That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be good. No. So what do we have here? This again, obviously it's a solo record, obviously, and yeah, this is. God, I wish I'd done my research. Did you do your research, Darren? I didn't. You know, I could just pick the record up and count how many tracks there are on it, but I want to know how long it is. I want to know how long it is. How long is it? It is only 34 minutes long. And there's 13 songs on it. I think this is why I like it, because it's short. Because we all know that the ideal length of an album is between 34 and 37 minutes. Around that. All the classic albums are that length, you know, they're all under like 40 minutes long. So what is this? This is, yeah, it's a piano album. It's in the title, Player Piano. And the great thing about Lanois, right, is he is versatile. He's versatile. For 1 minute he'll be doing, you know, rock songs. Another minute he could be doing like ambient, glitchy, you know, glitchy kind of sampled stuff, yeah. Computer game soundtracks, gospel album, and now this. And now I'm just describing his career in the last, you know, so many years. You know, that's me describing his current output. Now I came to this, I was like, oh, because I'm not a big keyboard, you know, I don't like piano albums. I'm thinking, oh god, this is going to be noodly piano stuff, you know. So I wasn't really looking forward to it, and I avoid, because now we have YouTube and social media. A lot of these artists, they don't put singles out anymore, they put out like tracks, and so I'm like, I'm going to avoid it. I avoided what there was. I avoided a few bits I caught because he was demonstrating in interviews and things. It's like, this is, you know, and he talked about how it was recorded. Again, this is almost like it's a product of the COVID lockdown. You know, him being in his studio in Canada, because he's a Canadian, so he must be from Canada. And he was there with his instruments, and that's where this comes from. And it is a very lonely album. No, I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it's a very solitary album. You get a sense of somebody at joy with their work, and with their music. And I was surprised by it because it isn't just piano music. Lanois sprinkles his production magic over it. He creates atmospheres with these piano tracks. It's more about atmosphere than anything else. And there are a couple of pieces on here which I should have made note of, but I didn't, because I'm just so fucking amateur these days. But there are a couple of tracks on here which you instantly realise his influence on Brian Eno. You go, that sounds like something Eno would do. And then you realise, it's come from him. It's his recording method, his way of doing things. And I would class this more of an ambient album than anything else. The title of it kind of puts you off because you're thinking it's going to be one thing, and it isn't. It's about atmospheres and the instruments. You really feel the resonance of the instruments and the way it was recorded. You feel like you're there. It's you wallow in it. You take a bath in this music. God, I'm really waxing lyrical today. I was really surprised by it. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those records you lay on the sofa and you put your feet up and you turn off your mind, and you relax and you float downstream with it. It's one of those records. It's sumptuous. It's sumptuous. It's rich. It's delicate, and you really know that he understands space and the space between notes and how to represent these instruments. Because again, I think it's more about the instruments than anything else. You really get a sense that these are pianos, and I think they are. These are old like pianos that he's playing. I remember he mentioned some in the interviews I'd watched, and how he'd mic'd them up and how he muted, because you can put stuff inside. Did you know you can put stuff inside pianos, weights and things to mute and get certain? I think it's called treated piano treatments, I think they call it. If you're in the know, I'm not. And that's what he does with this. So again, each track, even though I think it's only like 2 or 3 instruments on it, he makes them sound quite different in his treatments and his production skills. I love to be surprised by an album. I really do, because I was expecting it to be one thing over here, and it was more akin to something that you'd find, on EG records from the 80s, one of those kind of experimental records. And it is a delightful record. 34 minutes. Mrs. at Sainsbury's. And it's a delightful record, and I recommend you go listen to it. It's on YouTube Music or the Spotify's or whatnot if you don't want to pony up the money. I got it on the vinyl because I'm a pretentious wanker. But let's have a look at it, because you live vicariously through me. Just checking. There's no there's no download. See, there's a thing. Again, it's on very glossy paper, so I can get greasy fingerprints on it, and everything's. If only it was a little bit thicker cardstock, This could get so crumpled in the wrong hands. I should wear my cotton gloves. Oh, I'm going to crumple it. I know I'm going to. Now I'm paranoid about crumpling the piece of paper. But yeah, he's talking about being in Toronto with his Steinway pianos. So there you go. And this is the vinyl. It's thick. It's thick and black and 12 inches, just how you like it. And it's a really good record. I really enjoyed it. You can get it on CD. I'll put a link here in the description so you can get it from Amazon, and I get a magic penny. Woohoo! Yeah, should do. Again, I always feel stiffed when they don't include a download code. Not that I ever use them, but I feel that's added value. So yeah, I've been talking about the utterly sublime and delightful Player Piano, an album that completely surprised me from Daniel Lanois. I was not expecting it. It is a work of great delicacy and great humanity, and Lanois is a master of the production suite. And that was the review. Wow! Shame no one's going to watch it, but there you go. Might have been Darren Locke. I've been talking about the wonderful Player Piano by Daniel Lanois. I think it's, I don't know, it's something like his 14th solo album or something like that. I don't know. He's done a lot, but it's the versatility of the man. Again, he's a great musician. Truly is a great musician and someone I have utter admiration for. And thank you for watching. So yeah, this was a totally biased review, but I was surprised by it. I was expecting it to be one thing, and it turned out to be another. There you go. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and by now you know what that is, and that is all together now. Prog on.